Sandy video, y'all. I'm trying to do these at least once a week. I get a lot of inquiries, a lot of questions sent my way, and I want to say thank you so much for the love, the support, the questions, the inquiries, and even the compliments and the criticism even from those of you guys who have sent things my way in regards to my Ask Sandy series. I really appreciate it, honestly, on some real shit. I love doing these types of videos too because it allows me to kind of sit back, chillax, and kind of just talk to y'all candidly about whatever it is that you guys have questions on. And I've been getting a ton of questions as of late, so I wanted to at least get another Ask Sandy video out and answer a couple more questions. Of course, you guys already know we're splitting these up, so I'm not answering 10 questions in one video because y'all know my black ass is long-winded as all get out as it is. Now, the other thing I want to make sure to make sure you guys are aware, a lot of these are going to be anonymous, of course, unless you guys tell me you guys want me to say your name, which I usually probably won't, just in case something comes up from that. Of course, this is advice just based on the little bit that you guys tell me, so I want to put that out in advance. And I do want to also say that one of the things that I do in my videos is I will thoroughly explain and respond accordingly to a question that you ask of me. I'm not going to sit here and give some 1-minute response like,
leave that motherfucker, bitch, bye, get the fuck out of Dodge.
I'm not going to do that because y'all obviously asked me to answer the question about whatever it is that's on your mind, and I'm assuming that you want me to take the time to answer it thoroughly. Keep in mind I have a lot of different viewers of a lot of different ages with a lot of different scenarios, and I'm going to answer the question thoroughly because that's what I do. Okay, just want to make sure y'all know that. Okay, here we go. So the question that I received is in regards to exes, okay? And I thought this was a very interesting one because it's something that I actually know a lot of people deal with, and of course every scenario is different, so let's go ahead and get going on this one, all right? Here we go. Hey Sandy, how are you doing? I want to get your take on this topic, okay? Do you think exes can really be friends? So here's their story. Been with my significant other for almost 2 years and 6 months, and about 6 months into the relationship, he hints at the fact that he's still cool with his ex. When I question him about it, he tells me that they barely speak. As time goes, this person starts finding out things like how close that ex-girlfriend is with his family and that he has pictures of her at his house. And they've also had several arguments about it, and finally this young lady finally met the ex-girlfriend at his graduation. And keep in mind, she also made it a point to say that those two were friends before they started dating, and then they became exes, okay? So they have a friend relationship that they've had previous to them starting to date, and then now they are exes, okay? She's seen her twice since the graduation, and granted, they don't argue about it anymore, and of course, they've been exes for over 5 years, okay? She's still not 100% comfortable with their friendship. She feels like she's stuck between a rock and a hard place. She doesn't want to make any emotional decisions, and she doesn't want to give up when it's really nothing. And she says, any advice is greatly appreciated. Okay. This is all that she sent me, so of course, I'm just kind of taking whatever she gave me and going from here, okay? Feel free to comment down below and chime in if there's anything. If you guys have any insight, or if you're in a situation yourself, or you've dealt with a situation like this, please feel free to chime in and comment down below to give this young lady some advice. Lord, I mean, the big question is, can exes really be friends? Yes and no. I've seen both sides of the scenario, and look, and being a female and having been in relationships and having been in a relationship now, I'm very much one of those kind of people who, you know, I believe the good in people, but I also understand that you're not comfortable with the fact that this person is still cool with their ex, number one. And what makes it even worse and harder for you to deal with is the fact that not only is he still cool, like they're still friends and obviously have some form of relationship to the point where she obviously is still cool with his family and still close with his family, but that he still has pictures of this girl in his house, okay, where you could physically see it. It's not in an album tucked away somewhere. It's someplace physically outright where you may be able to see it that easily. And that's kind of the impression I got from the email, although I know you didn't say specifically where you saw the photo. So here's where I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, my damn self, okay? Personally, I don't think that you should trip about it, because if you've been given no indication that there's something wrong between the two of them, or that there's some shit going on that you don't really want to, you know what I'm saying, that shouldn't be going on, I get it, especially it's been 5 years since they've been friends. They also have a friendship that they had before they started dating, which makes things a little bit more complicated because they were obviously friends beforehand and had a close enough relationship where they could obviously come out of the relationship that they had where they were more than friends and still be friends after the fact, because not all exes can still be cool after they break up, okay? That being said, I'm not sitting here saying like you need to be watching every move he makes and you should be watching what he does on a regular everyday basis, but I do have to say at the end of the day you can't sit here and trip over it all the time, because eventually that stuff's going to get between the two of you guys in your current relationship. But I do also have to err on the side of caution and say, you know, I'm not saying that you can't trust everybody. But I know the kind of person that I am. I'm just basing it on me as an individual. And yeah, that would make me feel a little uneasy, especially if you're currently dating the guy and he still has pictures of her currently in his house someplace present where others can see it. Now, if he has told you guys they are really, really, really good friends, which it doesn't sound like he's really identified exactly what kind of friendship they have, that's different. If they're really, really close friends, obviously they're cool. She's cool enough with his family. That's different. Keep it in the back of your mind in the sense of knowing that they have a closeness there. Maybe he's not being forthcoming with, okay? And that may be just a friendship closeness, but I think it's important for him to tell you exactly how cool they are as friends, okay? So that maybe you can better understand the nature of their relationship so that it doesn't bother you anymore. Because if it's a situation where they're friends, okay, and they've maintained a friendship, and it truly is a platonic friendship, then you may be tripping over not a damn. I mean, you may be tripping over something stupid and be like, oh, well, this is ridiculous. They're just cool, and I trust them like that. But I also have to question why he hasn't really gone into detail as to how close they are. Now, he may not be telling you, and obviously he hesitated to tell you that he's cool with his ex because he probably knew that it would affect you or bother you in some way, shape, or form, as it would with most people a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But I have to say, I would be questioning in the back of my mind a little bit, wanting to know a little bit about how close they are as friends, just so I can understand the nature of their friendship and the nature of their relationship, so that I can better understand and I can better handle the situation. Because I don't want to be tripping while he's like, anyway, it's no big deal, as he's hanging out with her, or she comes over to hang out with his family or whatever, or you see them in a situation like graduation, which it doesn't sound like you bump into her a lot, but I'm just saying, I don't think you need to be holding it up against his head, and y'all don't need to be arguing about it at this point, because from what it sounds like, he hasn't given you any reason to believe that anything, you know, shitty's going on. As long as this other person, respects you in the sense of you being in that relationship with him, okay, and she doesn't overstep her boundaries, because there is fault on this individual as well if they are doing just that, okay. And you have to also be able to trust them too. This lady, this woman that he's cool with, that he's exes with. I just say, you know, you always are going to have it in the back of your mind. I'm never going to sit here and tell you that you're never going to ever think that in the back of your head. Do I think you should dwell on it? Absolutely not. Do I think it should be something where you just break up with the guy because you think something hanky-panky is going on? No. Do you see that there's something going on between the two of them that you're not comfortable with? It doesn't sound like it. It just sounds like it's something that you're weary about. And if that's the case, I really don't think that that's enough for you to be trying, you know what I'm saying, for you to be too worried about. But I'm not going to sit here and say that you shouldn't observe. And I don't mean observe like stalk and sneak and look through text messages and shit like that. I'm not talking about that, because that'll drive your ass crazy. It'll drive you nuts while he's chilling and she's chilling. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying just be aware that that relationship exists. So the minute some shit goes down or something looks shady that you're not comfortable with, you already know how to handle the situation. It sounds more, it's just like a little bit of insecurity with you, which I understand, especially because he waited a little bit to tell you how cool they are. But you guys have been together for a while, and it doesn't sound like she's done anything shiesty to make you think otherwise. But still, always be observant. I'm not going to ever push you to say, you know what, girl, please, ain't no big deal. Don't even look at it. You know they friends, boo-boo. No. I don't put anything past nobody. You hear me? That being said, I'm saying that on both of them, your current boyfriend as well as the ex, just make sure that they both respect you as well and understand the position that you're in, and just keep an eye out. The minute you start to see something uncomfortable that may not be comfortable with you or to you, make him understand that you have every right to express that to him too, because it is something that you have to make an adjustment to, especially if it's an individual that he is very, very cool with, where you may bump into that person at a family gathering. But it doesn't sound like that happens a lot where you would feel that insecure, if that makes any sense. Don't start no shit, because it don't make no sense. It's not worth wasting energy on something that may be absolutely nothing, okay? So I hope I answered the question okay, because I'm trying to answer the questions like if I was in the same scenario to a certain degree as well, because I know I'm a respect person. I'm one of them people who, you know, respect my boundaries and I'll respect yours. And as much as a guy can do something, the other person in the situation can as well. And as long as they're not doing anything that they're not supposed to be doing, and this ex respects your current relationship and his current relationship with you, you should be okay. But always remain observant. I hope that helps you in your scenario. So feel free to chime in down below if any of you guys have dealt with a situation like this. Thank you for sending the question my way. So yeah, if you guys have any additional information or comments or questions or anything like that you want to send my way, shoot them to me in an email at AskSandy@yahoo.com if there's any other advice questions that you guys want me to answer in a video, of course. And yeah, as always, follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/SocialiteSandy. Of course, hit me up on my Facebook fan page or Pinterest. Those links are also down below, as well as my blog, TheSocialiteLife.blogspot.com. And you can hit me up on Kik and Instagram at SocialiteSandy. And you already know I love y'all, and I will see y'all in the next video. Love y'all. Bye. That you liked him or had feelings for him, okay? His response really wasn't what I would have liked to have heard back.